Hi, and welcome to episode 51 of the Noble Character Crafts podcast. My name is Amy, and I am coming to you from eastern Nebraska, where I live on a farm with my husband and our 5 children. Today is Friday, January 4th, 2019. This is a podcast all about my life as a knitter, a crocheter, a hand dyer of yarn, and a sewist. Thank you so much for joining me. A huge welcome to any new or returning viewers. Thank you so much for checking out my podcast, and I hope that you enjoy it. You can find me online on Instagram and Etsy at Noble Character Crafts. You can find me on Ravelry at Noble Character. And I also have a group for this podcast on Ravelry under Noble Character Crafts Podcast. In that group, you will be able to find the show notes for this episode as well as previous episodes and several other chatter threads. You can also get in contact with me through my email at noblecharactercrafts@yahoo.com. And I have also included links to all of the places that you can find me in the description box below. So I was hosting a knit-along along with the ladies of the Meanwhile at the Castle podcast up until the end of 2018, and that has come to a close. It was the Be My Neighbor Cal, and it was for any knitted or crocheted cardigans, as well as any gift or charity projects. And so many of you joined along on that knit-along, and I want to thank you so much for joining in. It was so much fun to see all of the different projects that all of you made. There were so many beautiful entries, so many gift entries for the holidays and so forth. So thank you so much to everybody who entered in that knit-along. I really appreciate all of your participation. And I did draw one final prize for that knit-along, and the prize is some of my yarn, my hand-dyed yarn. I have my hand-dyed yarn Noble Character Crafts, and this is how all of my yarn comes in a hand-stamped drawstring bag. And the prize includes another set of mini skeins, and these colors are With All Your Heart, Glad, Friend, Dew on the Grass, and Dignity. And it also comes with a progress keeper, stitch marker, which all of my yarn also comes with one of those. And the winner for this is Gail Klein. Congratulations, Gail. I actually have had Gail has been collecting a few of my mini skeins lately, and so I specifically put this package together for her because she has ordered a few different mini skeins for a project that she is making right now, and so I just wanted to gift her a few more to go along with her project. Once I pulled her as the winner, I thought, oh, well, since I know what she's working on and what she has been using lately, I will just go ahead and customize this prize for her. So I certainly hope that you enjoy this, Gail. Thank you so much for participating. I already have your mailing address, and so I will pop this in the mail to you right away. And again, thank you so much to everybody who participated in the knit-along. I really appreciate all of you joining in, and congratulations, Gail. Today I am wearing my Ponchology, which is a project that I worked on last year. It is a beautiful pattern by So Sue Knits, or Suzanne Summer, and I really love this poncho. I am so happy with how it turned out, and it's really cozy. It's made out of worsted weight yarn. I used all of my own hand-dyed yarn for this project, many different scraps and pieces. So anyway, I'm really happy with this poncho, and I love wearing it. It's so cozy. I do have a finished object to share with you all this week. I was able to finish my repair job that I did on these scrappy socks of mine. So I knitted these at the beginning of 2018, and they did not last long. I am hard on my socks to start with, but also I used a single ply yarn that did not have any nylon content. It's my Radiant base. So it's 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, and it was kind of a trial and error experiment using that yarn for socks. I had heard that silk could be a good option for sock yarn, but I think the single ply option in this particular yarn that I had used was not great. So anyway, I had ended up working a hole in the ball of my foot on these socks already. And so what I did was I just ripped back the toe I ripped out the toe plus 3 of these 10 row stripes to go past the place where the hole was. And then I just used this yarn. I used this yarn, which I got in my Advent Calendar mini skein swap. This is Crafter Square knitting yarn. And I do not have a colorway. There's nothing listed on here as far as a colorway, but it's a rainbow color using pretty much red, blue, and yellow. And I just knit these, redid the toe, the ball of the foot. So they're kind of ugly, aren't they? They're crazy. I mean, they were already crazy with all the stripes. Those toes just make them even crazier than they already were, but that's okay. I'm just glad that I'm going to be able to get a little bit more use out of these. I certainly could have made them look prettier by striping and, following the same kind of idea that I had done for the leg of the sock and the rest of the foot here, doing 10 row stripes again. But I just wanted this to be a quick and easy repair job, so I didn't want to mess with striping and different yarns, and I wanted to just have these able to be worn again. And, most of the time when people see me, besides my immediate family, I will be wearing shoes, and so they only see the cuff of my sock anyway, so it's no big deal. I'm happy to have these done, and yeah, hopefully I will get a lot more use out of these. They are one of my favorite pairs of socks that I wear. I do wear a lot of black, and so that black cuff, a lot of times I wear them with my taller boots, and I have like boots that come up to right here, and so you can only see the black, and so that just, I wear them a lot when I don't want to have a sock really stand out. So anyway, I'm glad to be able to have these back in my rotation of socks that I can wear, and hopefully they will last a lot longer now. I have a few works in progress to share with you all. The first I want to share with you is my Sourcebook Chunky Cardigan, which is found in the Knitted Cable Sourcebook by Nora Gahn. And I have shown you before that I have already completed the back piece. This pattern is written to have all of the pieces, that's the back side. Okay, there we go. All of the pieces are knit from the bottom up, and then they will be seamed together. So this is the back piece. I've had that done for a few weeks. Last week I showed you that I had finished the left panel, the front left panel. And since I recorded last, I was able to complete the right panel as well. So I absolutely love how this is working up. The cables on this pattern are so beautiful, I think. I'm really, really happy with how this is working up. And the piece I am working on right now for this project is in this project bag from Tanny Casey. And it has these cute enamel pins on it from Nice and Knit. And I have the first sleeve on the go in here. I am using this DPN for doing my cable work. That's what I use to do my cables. But I am using US size 11 8mm needles for the main body of this project. And that is a gauge of 13, I'm getting a gauge of 13.5 stitches to 4 inches, which is a little bit tighter than what the original pattern calls for, but I'm hoping that since it's an oversized cardigan, my difference in stitch count won't make a huge difference in the long run. Anyway, I am using Knit Picks Simply Wool in the Wilbur colorway, which is 100% eco wool, and it's bulky weight. And so this is the first sleeve. It's very similar to the side panels. It's about the same stitch count as the side panels. The ribbing on all of the pieces so far is the same. It's just 1x1 ribbing for 3 inches. And yeah, again, the cable is beautiful. I absolutely love it, and I'm really, really enjoying working on this project. So I'm like about halfway through, I think, about halfway through the sleeve, and hopefully this will continue. I'll continue to work on this, and it, does work up pretty quickly because it's bulky weight, so it's pretty gratifying to see the pattern grow so quickly. I am making the second from the smallest size for this pattern. But for the sleeves, I'm planning to follow the length for the largest size because I'm 5'10" and I do not want to have the sleeves be too short. I'm not a huge fan of seamed garments. So this is the third seamed garment that I've made. I made my very first sweater that I ever made was for myself, and it was a seamed garment that ended up not turning out very well, but I think it was more of the yarn choice that I made that didn't work out very well for the pattern, and I didn't like the way that it looked on me. And then the second time I made a seamed garment, it was a sweater that was supposed to be for my eldest son, but it turned out too small, and it fit my daughter at the time. And I do have 2 younger sons yet that will be able to hopefully wear that sweater as they grow. So it's not a complete failure, but it didn't fit the way that I wanted it to. Anyway, so I'm a little bit nervous about this sweater turning out the way that I like it. I really like top-down seamless construction for the purpose of being able to try it on as I make it and make sure that the fit is right. So this is just kind of, it's a lot of work, and you can't really tell if it's going to fit or how it's going to fit until it's all seamed together and done. So I don't know. I hope that I like it in the long run. I know that seamed garments are more stable in their construction. They hold their shape a little bit better than a seamless garment. So that is good, I guess, as long as I like the fit. It doesn't really matter if it holds its shape if I don't like the shape, But anyway, hopefully it will work out in the long run and I will get a lot of use out of this. I'm really excited, hoping that it will be a garment that I am able to wear a lot and that I love. So I'm really enjoying working on it, and I have actually started a second cardigan. This is the first time I've ever made 2 garments at once, and I am alternating every other day working on each cardigan so that I don't lose steam on either one. So I'll go ahead and show you that work in progress next. It is in my Allison Barnes collection project bag, and this is a test knit that I am doing for Jill Carina. It is the Cassandra cardigan. And this pattern, I noticed that when she posted on Instagram, I noticed this pattern and it really caught my eye. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And she reached out to me so kindly and asked if I would be willing to test knit it. And I love test knitting. And so I was more than happy to test knit this pattern for her. And I'm so excited with how this is working up. I think it is absolutely stunning. Oh, I love it so much. So this is made top down seamlessly. It is a steeked cardigan. So here you can see the steek stitches. There's 7 stitches that are forming the steeked area. So once I'm all done knitting this, I will cut up the middle here and that will open up the cardigan. So I am using my own hand-dyed yarn, Noble Character Crafts yarn, on my Pitter Patter base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. The main color I'm using is my Honor colorway, which is a deep plum, eggplant color. And the contrast color is my new colorway, Kindness. And I absolutely love how this is working up. I love I really wanted to do the color work using a speckled yarn. And so I really, really love how this is working up. I just love how the specks are showing up in the pattern. And yeah, I'm so thrilled with this. The pattern is so addictive and it's just so much fun to see the pattern form. So for the ribbing at the top, it's also 1x1 ribbing at the top. I used a US size 2.53 millimeter needle. Then for the main body, which actually I only did a few rows just right here before I started color work, I used a US 6.4 millimeter needle. And for the color work, I went up to a US 8.5 millimeter. So that's what I am using right now. And it's working up so well. I just love it so much. So I am a little over halfway through the yoke of the cardigan. It has color work around the yoke, and then there's also some color work around the bottom hem and the sleeve cuffs. I cannot wait to continue working on it. I am so thrilled with it. I'm excited for the point when I can separate for the sleeves. That's usually when I first try on a sweater, because that really gives me an idea of how the fit's going to be. Maybe I'll try to put it on a larger cable before I split for the sleeves. But I think it's good. I think the size I'm making is good. I'm making the large size, which is going to give me quite a bit of positive ease, about 5 inches of positive ease. So I was debating between making the medium size and the large size, but I opted for the large size just because I prefer my cardigans to have a little bit of extra positive ease. So that is what I decided to go with. And I'm just so excited about it. I love it so much. This project is being knit at a gauge of 24 stitches to 4 inches. I have another new cast on since I recorded last week as well. And I'm also very excited about this project. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing with all of the mini skeins that I received in my advent calendars, but I just got the urge to start this project over the weekend, I think on Sunday. We had to stay home from church on Sunday because one of our children was sick. And so, I don't know, I just got the urge to make this project. I don't know if you ever have this situation, but there's a few times when I have just had I'm just like, I have to start this project. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait. I am making the outline shawl, which is a free pattern from Hedgehog Fibers. And I am trying to be random in my selection of the mini skeins that I am choosing. I have all of this basket full of mini skeins. Most of these are from the 2 advent calendars that I received, and there's also some of my own scrap yarn in here as well. And this is how far I've gone so far. This pattern is really, really easy, and I absolutely love it. I love knitting it. It's so much fun. This is really my only mindless project right now. It's not completely mindless because you do have to keep track of the yarn overs and things in the, there's a bit of texture that is knit in this project. So anyway, you kind of have to keep track, but I have stitch markers all along here so that it's a really easy pattern. So anyway, it's just marking the different sections of the pattern so I don't have to pay attention quite as much. And I'm trying to be really random in the selection of the yarn that I'm choosing. That makes me a little bit uncomfortable because I like to plan out my projects a little bit more than this. For scrappy Afghans, it's not quite such a big deal because I'm not going to be wearing them. But this, I'm hoping to get some use out of, and making it really random is just, sometimes I look at it and I love it, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like I'm either going to love it or hate it when it's all done. I don't know. It's really fun to make though, so I'm enjoying the process. I am using, all of my needles are ChowGoo needles, and for this project I am using the recommended needle size, which I believe are US 6 4mm. Yes. And yeah, I'm really loving it. Like I said, I'm really loving making it. So anyway, I'm trying to be random, but if I pick a skein, like I'm trying just to be random and pull a different yarn out of the bag, but there's been a few that I've held up and I'm like, no, that clashes with the one that's right next to it. So I'm trying to be random, but I'm also trying to make sure that the colors that are right next to each other don't clash too badly. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy shawl, so I don't know. Anyway, I am just using the yarn up until it's all gone. I really like that part of the pattern that they're pretty short rows. I think it's about 125 stitches that I cast on. So I can kind of, with these 4 colors I've already finished, I was able to, you know, just kind of look at the yarn that I have left and determine, am I going to be able to get across and back again before I have to change yarn, because I really only want to change yarn on the right side. And so far I've guessed right. I've been able to, you know, complete a row, or a right side row and a wrong side row before I ran out of yarn. Like right now I have, well, it's a little bit longer than that, or bigger than that. I have this little piece left, and I'm gonna have to decide if this is big enough to make it back and forth again across 2 rows. I think it is. I think I'm going to risk it and try to go across. I mean, worst case scenario is I don't make it and I have to rip back, which would actually be pretty rotten if I had to do that. But I'm pretty sure that's enough to go back and forth again. But anyway, the more I do it, the more I get used to how much I need to go back and forth. So hopefully it will get easier and easier as I get used to how much yarn it uses up. Yeah, it's a really fun project, so I highly recommend the pattern, and hopefully I'll really like the finished object as well, but this may just be a process knit for me more than a product knit, and that's okay. I like it. I think I like it. I like the idea of it. Okay, oh, and this is being held in this basket that I picked up from my local thrift store. I love going thrift shopping, and I thought this was really cute. And it works perfectly for all of my minis. I did want to update you all on a few things. I am running, actually right now I'm hosting 2 giveaways on my Instagram feed. I had originally done this giveaway, which is held in this project bag, and it's going to be closed by the time I upload this video. It is for this sock set, and I just did this as a New Year's giveaway. I just hadn't done a giveaway in quite a while, and I just wanted to host a New Year's giveaway. So anyway, I did that, and it includes a full skein of my Kindness colorway, and it includes a 20-gram mini of my Living colorway, which is the new colorway that I came up with for the Pantone color of the year for 2019. Anyway, I just wanted to give you all an update on this Kindness colorway. I had mentioned last week that I am going to be donating some of the proceeds from the sales of this colorway to a charity, and I have decided to go with a local homeless shelter that is based in Omaha, Nebraska. It's called the Open Door Mission, and $5 from every sale of this colorway is going to be donated to that organization. So just wanted to update you all on that so that you know if you do order this colorway from my shop, you are going to be helping out that homeless shelter as well. And then I also wanted to mention that my Living colorway here is on one of my 20-gram minis, which I sell in my Etsy shop as well. The listing for the 20-gram minis only allows me to have some, well, most, but not all of my colorways that I have listed in my shop. So I just thought I would mention that the newest colorways that I've come up with, for example, Kindness, Living, have a light mint colorway that I recently came up with, and those colorways have not been added to my mini skein list because I just don't have any more room on that listing to add options for other colorways. And so I just wanted to mention that if you are ever interested in any of my colorways that are not listed on that mini skein listing, you can certainly still get them. I can certainly still do mini skeins of Kindness, Living, or any of my other new colorways that are not listed in the mini skein listing. All you have to do is just leave a note on checkout that, I mean, you're going to have to select a colorway from the list in order to put the item in your cart. But if you want a different colorway than what is listed, you can just put any colorway in your cart and then just leave a note in the description box of the sale to let me know what colorways you actually want. Or of course you can just send me a message on my Etsy shop as well, and I'll be glad to respond to you and make sure that you get the colorways that you want. But I thought I would just mention that because I'm not able to put all of my colorways in the option for the mini skeins in my Etsy shop. Anyway, yeah, so I wanted to update you all on that. And then I also, pretty shortly after I put this giveaway up on Instagram, I surpassed 10,000 subscribers on Instagram, which was so amazing. I just am so floored by that. And so I wanted to do another giveaway in response to reaching 10,000 subscribers. And so this giveaway is still open, and it will be open until Monday, January 7th. So if you're catching this podcast shortly after I upload, you should be able to still catch that giveaway if you are interested. Again, all of my yarn comes in a hand stamp project bag. This is the largest size that I have. And the giveaway includes 5 skeins of my hand-dyed yarn, and this is my Listens faded set, which if you've tuned in before, you've seen, because I recently used this faded set in a project that I knitted, but I thought I would just show it again on here. So it is a gradient set of 5 skeins that go from light to dark gray, and they are speckled with black, and then some rusty orange, even some little bit of blue in there as well. And anyway, so this is the gradient set that is up for a giveaway on my Instagram. If you would like to enter, you can certainly head on over to my Instagram feed and click on the post that you can see this gradient set listed on, and go ahead and enter. I have unlimited entries for this giveaway, so you can certainly go ahead and enter as many times as you would like. So I just thought I would mention that here so that you all can have an opportunity to enter if you would like. I did just want to share one other set of yarn from my Etsy shop. I like to share a set of yarn from my shop every time I podcast, and I know I have already shown some of my yarn, but I thought I just wanted to share this gradient set that I just came up with as a custom order for a customer. I always welcome custom orders in my shop, and I received a message from a customer who is wanting to make a sew faded sweater, and so she asked for 5 skeins of yarn in a gradient set. She really liked my Sweetness colorway, as well as my Kindness colorway, and she wanted to have a gradient set that faded into a light teal based yarn that had speckles with these kinds of colors represented in them. The first one she had picked, so there was 3 other colorways from my shop that she liked the idea of, but she wanted more of the pinks, purples, and teal, turquoise kind of colors in them. The first one is my Sings colorway, and so this is a modification from my Sings colorway. The Sings colorway is dyed in the same way, except it has different colors in it. Some of the same colors, but some different colors as well. So I'm not 100% sure if I will be putting this colorway in my shop with a new name, but I just wanted to kind of show you all the colors that I came up with for this fade for her. So this just has a natural base, and then it has speckles with lots of colors in it. You got bright green, turquoise, teal, bright blue, light pink, more of a hot pink color, some deep plum, some orangey browns. So lots of different colors in there. Then the next colorway she liked is my Springs of Life colorway. But again, she wanted some more of those pinks and purples in there. So my original Springs of Life is has this green and blue and teal and turquoise in it, but it is speckled with orange, kind of a rusty orange color. So anyway, this is dyed the same as my Springs of Life colorway, but it is speckled with pinks and purples instead. I may also list this in my shop as well. If you all like these colors, let me know, and that will give me a better idea as to whether I should add them to the shop or not. And the last colorway that I dyed for her is similar to my Cool Spirit colorway. So my Cool Spirit colorway is the same base color, which is this light turquoise color, and then it is speckled with navy blue, but instead I speckled this one with blues, pinks, and purples. So I really like how this one turned out as well. And again, with these 3 new colorways, which are here, let me know if you are at all interested in any of them, and I will be glad to list them in my shop if any of you have any interest in getting these colorways. So here is the fade all together. And I'm really hopeful that she will like how this turned out. All right, and again, all of my colorways are available on all 9 of my bases in my Etsy shop at all times. So feel free to head on over to my Etsy shop and check out what I have available. So we have had a good week again. We celebrated New Year's and we had a great time. I hope that you all had a great New Year's as well. We just had a few of our family members over to play some games together. We played some games with the kids before they went to bed, and then after they went to bed, the kids went to bed, then we stayed up and played more games until after the new year. So that was really fun. And that way, my husband and I can, celebrate the new year without having to worry about childcare. So that works out really well for us to host a little get together instead of having to go somewhere else where the kids, wouldn't be able to stay up till midnight. So anyway, we had a really good time. I hope that you all had a really good New Year's as well. Otherwise, we've had a pretty low-key week. The weather has warmed up. It's really beautiful today, and the kids are enjoying getting outside a little bit, which is wonderful. And though I love the snow, I also welcome the warmer weather because it's just nice to be able to get out a little bit. This weekend, I need to take down our Christmas decorations. As you can see, I still have the Christmas decorations up, and I've been putting that off. I usually take down our Christmas decorations on New Year's Day, but I just wasn't feeling up to it and I have put it off. But I think tomorrow I will take everything down and get everything squared away. It kind of is bittersweet to take down the Christmas decorations because I love them so much, but then it also is nice to have a clean slate, to get everything put away and have everything not quite so cluttered as it is when all of the Christmas decorations are up. So I kind of like it, but it kind of makes me sad too. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get that done this weekend. The weather's supposed to be really nice, so hopefully I will have the energy and motivation to get all of that work done. Anyway, I hope that you all have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you would like. I would really appreciate that. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.